Cheap stocks with fantastic returns. These companies offer investors substantial upside. Costamare, revenue growth and a new leasing platform have helped to propel its share price. Galiano Gold, its share price has been rising and gold prices are growing. New Lake Capital Partners, beat on recent earnings and offer a solid dividend yield. Let's dive in. Double your wealth with these three affordable stock picks. Welcome to Timely Investment Research. Investors should definitely trade their fair share of larger companies offering stable returns. But it is also important to find cheap stock picks that have a strong chance to grow fairly rapidly. These cheaper stocks typically have a small market cap, making them a more volatile trading option than much larger companies. But with a calculated risk, investors should invest in cheaper stocks that may offer outstanding returns. Here, I have chosen multiple stocks that are trading three relatively cheap stocks that have a fair value based on their forward PE ratio and could experience major growth throughout 2024. Number 1. Costamare. Costamare is a marine shipping company that chartered container ships, dry bulk vessels, and other similar cargo globally. It owns and operates over 100 vessels. Its share price has risen by 71% throughout the last year, partly due to a first quarter earnings beat and a strong liquidity position. On May 10th, Costamare reported earnings for the first quarter of 2024, stating that total revenue increased by 89% and adjusted earnings per share rose by 66% to 63 cents per share year over year. Costamare has liquidity of approximately $1.1 billion and entered into chartering agreements with 30 of its own dry bulk vessels in first quarter 2024. Costamare's leasing platform for purchasing new vessels has helped fund 24 shipping assets for $258 million. Costamare offers a decent dividend yield of 3.14% on an annual basis. Its most recent dividend distribution was 12 cents per share on May 6. Despite its recent share price appreciation, Costamare is trading at an affordable price. Its forward PE ratio is 4.91, while the average amongst other companies within the sector is 19.11. It's still a great pick for investors seeking a cheap stock with potential growth. Number 2. Galiano Gold. Galiano Gold explores gold properties. Its flagship, Asako Gold Mine, is located in Ghana. On May 2nd, Galiano Gold reported earnings for the first quarter of 2024, stating that total revenue increased by 1% and adjusted net income rose by 14% compared to the previous year. Gold produced and sold in the first quarter of 2024 was down 7% and 9% year over year, respectively. Galiano Gold anticipates that overall gold production will increase following the completion of the waste stripping initiative regarding the Embor deposit. Galiano Gold acquired Gold Fields' 45% interest in the Asako mine location. Now, Galiano Gold holds approximately 90% ownership of its flagship gold mine. Gold futures are hovering around all-time highs of $2,400 per troy ounce. Many different gold mining companies have performed well during this surge in the price of gold. Galiano Gold is no different, growing by over 180% just within the last year. It is trading at a forward PE ratio of 7.38, while the sector average is 17.13. Galiano Gold should still be considered a solid investment opportunity. Number 3. New Lake Capital Partners. New Lake Capital Partners is an industrial REIT that leases real estate locations to operators in the legal cannabis industry, primarily through triple net leases. New Lake Capital Partners' share price has risen by 61% within the last year due primarily to growth surrounding its earnings. On May 9th, New Lake Capital Partners announced its earnings release for the first quarter of 2024, stating that total revenue increased by 10% and net income rose by 17% year over year. New Lake Capital provides investors with a substantially similar to most REITs. Its dividend yield is 8.16% on an annual basis. The most recent distribution was for 41 cents per share on April 15th. New Lake Capital beat analyst expectations on its most recent earnings release. The regulatory environment is improving for the cannabis industry as a whole. News such as the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA, reclassifying marijuana as a Schedule IUA substance compared to its previous rating as a Schedule I substance. This news could be a growth opportunity for companies such as New Lake Capital Partners. New Lake Capital has a forward PE ratio of 17.03, while the median sector forward PE is 33.55. NewLake Capital Partners is still a cheaper stock with plenty of room to grow. Thanks for spending some time with us today, Timely Investment Research. We're so glad you did. If you found value in today's video, please give us a like, hit that bell icon to never miss an upload, and hey, don't forget to subscribe.